Hello everyone, Albena from Bulgarian Mama is cooking here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make lamb chops step by step. So if this sounds good, then keep on watching. Before we go further with this video, please support the mama by hitting the subscribe button with the bell on, and let's get started. So first, you buy the lamb chops from the store. Most likely they are gonna be vacuumed, just like mine. I get mine from Sam's. They are grass-fed and non-GMO, so I love those. So in a pack, most likely you're gonna get 2 racks, and you have to cut each individual lamb chop, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is grab a kitchen towel and pat dry the lamb chops. The CDC does not recommend that the meat nor the seafood products are washed, so definitely do not do that. And then I'm gonna grab a very sharp knife. I recommend that you use a chef knife for this purpose. And then when you touch, with your hands, you very well touch the rack, you're gonna feel the bones of the lamb chops. You need to cut right next to each bone in order to get an individual lamb chop, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So as you can see in the video, just cut right next to the bone, and do not forget the very side one, which is probably not going to have a bone that sticks out like the ones that I have right now. As you can see, this one does not have a bone that sticks out. However, it does have a bone, and if you leave it with the one that is right next to it, the lamb chop is most likely going to be very thick, so it's going to be very hard to prepare. And definitely make sure that you cut right next to each bone in order to get somewhat similar size lamb chops, and you can prepare them easily later on. Now, if your knife meets a bone, then make sure that you use a little bit more strength in order to cut through it. Or if you have meat scissors, then use the meat scissors. I didn't really need to use my meat scissors, and my knife did the job. So after I'm done separating each individual lamb chop, I am gonna go ahead and get the marinade started. So the first thing that I'm gonna add to my marinade is this amazing spice mix that is actually Middle Eastern, and I will leave an exact ingredients in description. If you don't have such spice mix, it's fine, just use salt and black pepper. And to that, of course, I'm gonna add some olive oil, mustard, and for this recipe I'm using yellow mustard. However, if you happen to have Dijon mustard, use that. I'm mixing everything very well to combine, and to that I'm also adding some maple syrup. Now, trust me about the maple syrup, is gonna give your lamb chops a little bit of glaze, and it's just gonna taste amazing. However, if you don't happen to have the maple syrup, use honey instead. Again, mix everything very well to combine, and it's time to add a few more spices. I'm using some mints here. Trust me about the mints and lamb chops go very well together. Of course, a little bit of smoked paprika. First of all, I'm doing that for the color, and second of all, I'm doing that for the taste of smoked paprika. I just love it. A little bit of lightly dried basil, and the last thing that is gonna go into the marinade is lots and lots of garlic. So now this might seem like a lot of spices, but trust me, lamb needs it. The richer the marinade, the better the taste, and also all these spices that I added to my marinade, every single component of it, they go very well together, so they have something in common. So do not worry about being just a lot of spices, it's okay. Now I'm also gonna add some fresh herbs such as rosemary and thyme. I mean, they are just something that is absolutely necessary for lamb chops or whatever lamb meat marinade. However, I'm not going to use them later on when I prepare the lamb. So I'm just gonna put them in the tray with my lamb chops. I just need their aroma. That's all I need from the spices. I'm not going to include them later on in the cooking process. I did not add any salt to the marinade on purpose. I wanted to make sure that I sprinkle generously salt all over the lamb chops, so that's why I didn't add any salt to the marinade. And after I sprinkle, as you saw in the video, I generously distributed the marinade all over the lamb chops and the fresh herbs as well. Now definitely make sure to massage this marinade all over the meat, because you want to make sure that this lamb chops get as flavorful as possible. Cover these with saran wrap and move them to your fridge for at least 12 hours, and I definitely recommend that you give them 24 hours, and for best results give them 48 hours. Yay! And now it's time to start cooking the lamb chops. Now before you start the cooking process, make sure that your lamb chops come down to room temperature, so just take them out of the fridge and give them at least 15 minutes in order for them to come down to room temperature. Heat up a pan, a non-stick one, and let's start cooking the lamb chops. Now I'm gonna use the fat from the lamb chops in order to get some oil going in the pan. So I'm not gonna add any olive oil or any other type of oil in the pan because it's just gonna get super crowded. And then another thing that is important here, do not cook them all at the same time. Do it in batches because you don't wanna bring down the temperature of the pan very much because you're gonna end up with stew type of lamb chops and not with beautiful lamb chops with amazing crust. So make this crust on the outside of the lamb chops on high heat, and as soon as you get to this beautiful golden brown crust, look at that, I mean amazing, bring down the temperature to medium. So the cooking time depends on how well you want those prepared. I like mine well done, so it's about 4 to 5 minutes per side. However, if you prefer yours medium or medium well or medium rare, then do 2 to 3 minutes or 3 to 4 minutes per side. Do not cut the lamb chops in order to check how well they are prepared. Just touch them on top, and if they feel like tender, that means they are well done and they are ready to be taken out. Give them time to rest before you go ahead and cut them, because if you cut them a little bit too soon, the juices are gonna run out and you're gonna end up with very dry lamb chops. Now look at that, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And now it's time to make a very quick sauce. However, this is not absolutely necessary to do, but if you want some extra next to your lamb chops, then you can do that. In the pan where you made the lamb chops, add a little bit of butter and a little bit of water. However, if you happen to have chicken stock or veggie stock or any type of bouillon, you can use that instead. However, the lamb chops have been sitting in a marinade for a certain amount of time and they have enough flavor, so if you don't happen to have veggie stock or any other type of stock, it's fine, don't worry about it, just use water and mix everything well until the butter is fully melted, and then take out of the heat and you have a very easy, quick and delicious sauce. However, I definitely recommend that you try this before you go ahead and pour it all over the lamb chops, because you may not like the sauce and then it's gonna be a total disaster. So try the sauce before you go ahead and put it all over your beautiful, amazing lamb chops. Alright you guys, that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Bulgarian Mama's cooking. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. This really helps my channel grow. And if you're interested in such content, you like my recipes, you like how they are presented to you, be sure to hit the subscribe button with the bell on so that you know every time when I upload a new video. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now.